let's start off with, why are you a people pleaser to begin with? Because we need to get to the root of it. So people often become people pleasers or pushovers not because they're too nice, but usually there's something that's happened to make them feel that way. For example, maybe you have so little self-love for yourself that you feel the need to please everyone around you in order to feel worthy of their love or of their affection. Number one, you need to set boundaries. If someone asks you to do something, you don't always have to say yes. Now, I don't want to say that you should always say no, because I think this mentality that's going around that's all about just doing things for yourself and not helping your community. What's the mentality called? Oh, I don't owe anyone anything. I don't agree with that. I don't. Because it takes away the humanity aspect. That is, sometimes we do things purely from like our heart because we are good people or because we genuinely love someone and we care for them. I think that mentality has removed a lot of humanity. When someone asks you to do something and they like really need your help, yeah, you shouldn't always say no. You need to really think about it. Because if you fall too much into that, I don't have to do this, I can do everything for me mentality, well, you're going to lose out on community and friendships, which is a whole other topic.
The first thing I learned being a people pleaser is basically people will keep treating you like trash until you get boundaries for yourself and you are firm about them. See, the big issue with me was I would let you treat me badly and I would just forgive you quickly, and that's it. Like, I would be like, oh yeah, you can't do that, but yet tomorrow I'm talking to you again. Why am I talking to you? The reason that people are so comfortable saying whatever to you, the reason that people are so comfortable to ask you whatever, is because you don't stand up for yourself. It's because you don't have the courage to say, hey, listen, do not speak to me like that, or hey, listen, do not treat me like that. And even when you do say that, they know that you're easy to forgive. You will like quickly be like, oh yeah, okay, it's fine, and you guys are friends tomorrow again. No, this is where you go wrong. When you tell someone, hey, listen, do not speak to me like that, and they still continue to do it, you do not talk to them, you do not go near them, you protect yourself and your boundaries. You are not a bad person for having boundaries and standing up for yourself. See, I think like as well, when I am a people pleaser, I have this belief of like, oh no, I just want people to like me, I don't want to cause drama, I don't want to be a burden, so I'm gonna do whatever they ask me to do, or I'm not gonna speak up for myself. I'm not a bad person because I have boundaries or I am willing to speak up for myself. I am actually a person that respects myself.
So I would also analyze everyone in your life. Do you notice people are using you and you're getting nothing in return? And then think about how that makes you feel. Do you feel bad about that? Because I felt bad actually when I was giving people these things, because after a while I noticed they would actually expect it from me. While previously, before I had money, I wouldn't do these things and people liked me for who I am. So I was like, why do I have this sudden need to pay people to be my friend? And it was like when people would show up for me, I would actually be like, thank you so much, like thank you for being here for me, because I felt like deep down I didn't deserve it. Once you're able to acknowledge where this wound comes from, I think it's a lot easier to heal. For example, I go, well, of course I'm actually worthy of friendships and deserving of it, and then I can consciously tell myself that. But if it's all coming from the subconscious and you consciously don't even know what's going on, how can you fight the subconscious then? You know, you have no action plan.
Another thing I learned is stop making excuses for people that treat you badly. No, I don't care about how they're feeling. I don't care about their mental state. I don't care about what they're going through. I was going through a lot of stuff as well, and would show up to school and try to be nice to people. It's not an excuse. You are 100% in control of how you treat others, and if you can't treat other people well, then you stay away from people, because there is no reason that you should be hurting other people because you are hurt. No way. And there's no reason that you should be accepting and making excuse for other people that are hurting you because you think like, oh, that's sad for them. But what about you? Do we ever feel sad about ourselves? Like, it's so good and everybody's like, oh, you're so noble for caring about others. But when you care about yourself, you're selfish. No, it is a big deal. Like most of the time when you are a people pleaser, people will tell you when you get angry over something or they cross your boundary or whatever, that you are overreacting, like it's not that big of a deal. No, it is. If it is a big deal to you, what do they know? How can they feel your feelings? You are in your body. If you felt hurt by this, or you felt that that was not the way they should have been treated you, then yeah, that's fair. Tell them, no, it is a big deal. I'm hurt by this. I don't care what you feel, because you don't feel what I feel right now. You don't feel the hurt that I feel right now. So honor your feelings. Listen to them. If you are hurt, then yes, it is a big deal. They have hurt you. Doesn't matter how small the situation might have been. Don't let them gaslight you into telling you what you feel is right or wrong. No, you know yourself best. You know your feelings. If this hurts you, then it hurts you, and you can honor that.
You might also feel really unaccepted. So when someone accepts you and you want to keep them, you would do anything to please them. Again, that ties back to self-love and self-acceptance, and something that you need to learn. I think it's also important to know that we simply cannot make everyone happy, and you kind of just have to accept that. You can do what's in the best interest of the group and yourself, and there's still probably going to be one person there that doesn't agree with you. If you're very sensitive, that can hurt you.
You have to start asking people when they ask you something that you didn't like or whatever, or they do something that you didn't like, then you have to start asking, why did you feel comfortable to say that to me? Or why did you feel comfortable to do that to me? Start asking this question. And you know why? First of all, you will start to understand. Maybe they'll actually give you an explanation as to why, or maybe they will say you gave off this vibe or whatever. So you can literally look at yourself and be like, oh, okay, next time maybe like I should literally change that so people don't do that again, you know? Or they will feel really embarrassed by what they did and they will not give you an explanation. And then you can also see like, whoa, this person does not have the right intentions with me. But ask people why they did what they did to you.
I was such a people pleaser for a long time that when people would say no, it actually like kind of shocked me, because I was so used to saying yes. But they just had really healthy boundaries, and I learned about boundaries through therapy, and it's kind of crazy when I look back how I just didn't have any. How do you set boundaries? I wouldn't actually set boundaries by directly telling the other person unless you have to, because it should all be through your actions, honestly. Especially in dating, you need to set your boundaries from day one. For example, if you go into a date and you're thinking, I don't want to sleep with you, and he's pushing, he's like, come on, like, come back to mine, or come on, just one drink, and you're like, maybe, okay, you're not firmly asserting a boundary. You're actually saying, well, maybe I have a boundary, maybe I don't. And that person will try to cross over into it because they don't respect you. So you need to have these firm boundaries within yourself and establish that.
It's okay if they don't like you. People, not everyone will like you, you know? It's like, it's normal that people don't like you. People have different interests. People, they don't care. Some people are just general haters, you know? If you don't have friends, that's fine. Sometimes you can't fit in. Because you're at the wrong place, the wrong people are surrounding you. Maybe you are just an extreme people pleaser and people are just like taking advantage of you, like my issue. So it's okay. You don't have to be liked by them.
Something that can happen when you're a people pleaser is you actually start to resent the person. So I found like a couple of these people who I was just giving so much to and not getting anything back, I would resent them. But then I would be so conflicted because I'm like, whoa, like I love you at the same time, but I resent you because I'm doing all of this for you and I feel like I'm being used now. And then also you take the blame because you're like, oh, maybe I like shouldn't have done this. Maybe I shouldn't have been so generous. It takes two to tango.
Don't allow anyone and everyone to get close to you or to get to know you. It's actually a luxury to know you. That's how you have to think about yourself. In life, exclusive things are more valued. That's why when you have exclusive brands, high-end brands, they're like for a certain group only, and they're very exclusive. They're at a very high value because they're not for everyone. Not everyone can afford to be around them. You have to see yourself that way. If you just allow everyone and everybody to come in, like, what are you, a trash collector? If you just allow everyone and anyone to come close to you or to get to know you, people will also realize that you are someone without boundaries, because you have no boundaries of who you share your energy with, which is so sacred. You know, you are a sacred divine being. So protect yourself from certain people.
A lot of it simply just comes down to self-acceptance and boundaries. You don't want to do this thing. Figure out the things you don't want to do. Figure out the things in your life that are making you upset. Have your list. Those are now your boundaries. You decide, I don't want to go out Friday night. I don't want to party anymore. And your friends are like, no, Cassie, just come out. Just one night with us. Like, oh my God, you're so boring. And Cassie's like, oh my God, my friends are going to hate me if I don't come out now. So I'm going to go out. Cassie, honey, self-acceptance, number one. Number two, if your friends still want you to come out, they're not good friends. They're crossing your boundaries and they're pushing you to do something you don't want to do.
It takes a lot of practice. Like literally, I'm standing here today. I'm the Wizard Liz. I have millions of followers. And still today, I have people-pleasing tendencies.
To conclude, figure out your boundaries. Number two, radical self-acceptance. And then three, just bear in mind what did I talk about? The whole I'm only going to do things for me mentality, because it's not good. Okay, we want to still have some humanity in us.